Hi, and welcome everybody to this week's edition of Wings Weekly. Today we'll be talking with head coach Francis Anzalone about our three-game week that is coming up. Thursday night on the road against the Bismarck Bobcats, Friday and Saturday home here inside the ODI Center as we take on the in-state rivals Brookings Blizzard. It's all a playoff race. We'll talk about it next here on this week's edition of Wings Weekly. And joining us now is head coach Francis Anzalone. Thanks for taking some time.
Thank you, Ward.
All right, Coach, a tough weekend against the Minnesota Magicians, but a very good Magicians team that we played. Tell us a little bit about a rundown of how the weekend went.
Well, it was tough on the scoreboard on Friday night. We had the first 5 scoring chances of the game. 4 of the 5 were grade A chances, glorious bids for us. The problem is we didn't score. They scored on their first scoring chance, and then they scored on their first 2 scoring chances of the second period. We dug ourselves a bit of a hole on the scoreboard, and then in the third we outchanced them 10-1 and really got going and put the puck behind the goaltender Aarons, who was real good for them all weekend. So we had a lot of chances. I thought we controlled the play on Friday night. They were very opportunistic in terms of the goals that they scored, and then on Saturday we only gave up 7 scoring chances. We had a ton of hits. I think Saturday night we had the second most hits that we've had all year long in a game. We were really physical. We were good defensively, but again, they were opportunistic. They scored 4 goals on 7 scoring chances. On Friday night, we only gave up 8 scoring chances. So it was one of those weekends where the process was pretty good most of the night, but we paid in spurts. And when your process is good, usually you're going to get the result. That wasn't the case this weekend. It's an unfortunate time of the year to not get the wins, but we'll take the good process because at least that's something to build on this week as we get ready for 3 huge games.
And that's something I wanted to hit on. Then you're talking about the hits being so good Saturday night and things like that. Is that kind of the stuff you're pulling from those games and saying, all right, guys, listen, we're good at this. Let's go work on this?
Yeah, I liked our process and our physicality on Saturday night. We were fairly physical on Friday. On Friday night, we had a lot of really good scoring chances. Again, 4 of our first 5 we call grade A chances in terms of our players going in on the goalie, but they were clean chances, and you need to score on those. However, it wasn't until the third that we really started to get to the paint and screen the young goaltender Aarons. All goalies feel big and feel good when there's no one in their kitchen. You got to get to the blue paint and take the goalie's eyes and try to score the greasy goals inside the house. And in the third period on Friday, we got to the hard areas, and I thought we were there quite a bit more on Saturday night. So that's how you score goals this time of the year. That's how we're going to score on Thursday. That's how we're going to score Friday and Saturday. Get to the hard areas, play a hard game. And I thought our Saturday game against the Magicians was a good step in the right direction. Again, we played 2 real good games. We could have easily won both those games. We didn't. That's the way she goes. We're back at it, plugging away.
Coach, has there been any players that have really stepped forward and taken over roles, whether it be in certain lines or just in certain situations of the game?
Well, obviously, it doesn't take a hockey genius to see that Soucier, Hake, and Osling had been doing the bulk of our scoring before Soucier went down this weekend. I expect him to play on Thursday. You know, and I've talked with Jay Kleinknecht, our broadcaster, about this in the pregame interviews. We are a group that's been searching for chemistry all year. And going into this weekend against the Magicians, we've had really good chemistry. We had to take a sideways step this weekend with Soucier being out. We expect to have a few more guys in the lineup here this weekend. So we're back to our chemistry, but there's no doubt that that line of Hake, Osling, and Seuss, they've been scoring for us. They've been getting a lot of chances, and we look forward to having those 3 reunited going into Thursday's game in Bismarck.
A little bit later on, we'll talk about this weekend's games, Thursday night against Bismarck on the road, and then Friday and Saturday here inside the ODI Center against Brookings. But, Coach, a couple of times this has happened this year, a 3-game week. You know, how do we prepare this week with the shortened days?
Well, everything, again, is just, it's abbreviated. Practices this week are shorter. Doesn't mean that we're covering any less material. It just means we're spending a little bit less time on the areas of our game that are going to be important. We've played these teams a lot. We expect that these 3 games are going to be intense games. I expect the atmosphere to be a little bit heightened. They should be like the playoff games. Playoff games are, everything in the playoffs is magnified. I would expect these three, especially the two here at home against Brookings, to be just a little bit more amped up, a little bit more dialed up. They're going to be in here hungry. These are big games. There's no secret. So we've abbreviated the week. We want to be fresh. The fresh team is the team that has the edge, I believe, at this time of the year. And we'll try to take it one period at a time, starting Thursday at the VFW Arena in Bismarck.
All right, and then Friday and Saturday, like you said, it's going to take some intense games here at home, Friday and Saturday against Brookings, and that requires you, the Wings fans, to come on out and support them. And we'll talk more about those games coming up next here on Wings Weekly. And welcome back, and joining us is Coach Anzalone again. And Coach, you know, this weekend we take on Bismarck and Brookings. So those teams that we have been playing a lot lately, and specifically we go to the VFW Center there in Bismarck, and the Wings have actually done well in the last couple of years playing there.
Yeah, we've had some success at the VFW Arena this year. When we go in there, we're really true to our identity. We defend hard, we defend well, everybody buys in. We block shots. Our special teams, both the power play and penalty kill, have been very opportunistic and timely in our last few games in Bismarck. It's a rivalry game. It's a fun atmosphere to play in. So hopefully we go in there, we play hard. I know they're pretty confident right now. They just swept Kenai River. Should be a great game on Thursday night.
You bet. And then we're back here at home Friday and Saturday. You know, Brookings making a lot of changes, really trying to get after us for that fourth spot. What can we expect out of Brookings that we maybe haven't seen so far this season?
I think we'll see a lot of what we've seen from them in the past. They have a good young goaltender who has been playing well as of late in Ryan Kubik. Their first line can score. They're quick off the rush, and they're coming off of a really, really emotional big win against first place Austin. That game came down to the final seconds. And in watching that game, they really had to dig in and block shots and play a great team game all game, but especially in the last 5 or 6 minutes. They'll be rested when they come in here on Friday night. So these will be 3 big games. I don't expect to see a whole heck of a lot new out of either team, but I do expect them to play really hard and be really ready for these games, and hopefully we will be too.
All right, that is coming up this weekend. Again, Thursday on the road at Bismarck, Friday and Saturday here against the Brookings Blizzard. We'll tell you about some promotions and things coming up next here on Wings Weekly.
Composite materials now really lend themselves to the opportunity of creating a blade with different lines. It allows you to focus those types of flexes that need to occur in the right location to pick up the puck.
When you catch passes, the back 5 or 6 inches of that blade's on the ice. When you shoot it, the front 4 or 5 inches of the blade's on the ice, and you can put your weight on that, then the blade loads up and it's right where you want it to be.
And welcome back to Wings Weekly, and a big thanks to head coach Francis Anzalone for joining us. And yes, it is going to be one heck of a battle as the Wings have a big weekend on the road Thursday, taking on the Bismarck Bobcats. You can listen to that game at 94.1 The Rock, also at ESPNAberdeen.com, and watch and listen on FastHockey.com. And then on Friday and Saturday, we're here inside the ODI Center as we take on the Brookings Blizzard, our in-state rival. And it is also a very tense game because we're fighting for that last fourth and final playoff spot. So we look forward to seeing all the Wings fans out here, and especially Saturday night, because Saturday night will be our jersey auction. You have the chance to get one of these game-worn white jerseys. The players will be donning them, and then, of course, they'll be auctioned off after the game. And we look forward to seeing everybody out here at the ODI Center. Again, on the road Thursday, home Friday and Saturday. For everything else, you can check it out online at AberdeenWings.com. Make sure you follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and also subscribe to our channel on YouTube. That's been this week's edition of Wings Weekly.